Good morning, good evening to you, beautiful friends, cousins, brothers, sisters, wherever you happen to be in the world. Funnily enough, I posted that I was going to take a break, and my life is a comedy of errors, and I am actually reminded that it is important to share, though perhaps the universe redirecting talks for other days, being observed is a bit of a mystic, and this is not something one claims for themselves. This is something that is observed, and one is not kind of. I'm downplaying it. Being observed as a mystic, um, seeing signs and messages from the universe. We all have these gifts. We do. Some people are just more aware, naturally ingrained, etc. Um, I can't help but constantly struggle with my ego, as in like, oh, should I be sharing? Am I popping off too much? Am I sharing too much? But then also needing to kind of distribute the medicine as one is compelled, so to speak. So the spirit moves. And on that note, I've been just very creative. Been on a writing tangent lately. And also I'm very big on adaptability and doing things differently and whatnot. But because I was redirected, and in case you're wondering, because I'm not trying to be like vague or anything, but um, my cell phone broke amongst other things, so I have to wait to go get my phone taken care of. And it's karma. I understand it's redirection. I've been putting it off for ages until it kind of got on its last leg. And Sagey Ragey Cat reminded me, God love her, today. And thank goodness she's okay. She bit my phone, and it just happened to be along a perfect fault line. We want our miracles to always be good and palpable and whatnot, and not necessarily understand. Sometimes there's setbacks, realignments, all that jazz. Because how did my cat happen to just bite like one of the perfect spots where it had a crack, and then it all just went haywire? The touch screen, all of it, when it had been fine for months. Because I take good care of my things. You might be like, doesn't sound like it. The tablet that I record with is like over 10 years old because I don't believe in being unnecessarily wasteful. Everything has an energetic cost. But I'm going so far sideways. My point is, I felt like, all things considered, I felt like I'd been taking care of it quite well. And then Sage was like, nah, mom, we need to get on this. So it actually put a damper in so many of my plans because I planned on not necessarily, putting content out there because it is, at the end of the day, part of it is ego, but in my case, so much of it is relatable. It is true. Like, of course, I want to be seen, I want to be understood, but it's so much deeper because I want us all to be able to love and relate and to be okay, so to speak. And if we were okay, I just can't help but see how perhaps we'd be doing things differently and treating each other differently. And so, as the great Nina Simone says, and I paraphrase her quite a bit, but as an artist, I see the world differently. I connect with the world differently. And it is my sacred duty and my sacred responsibility to help all of you understand you're not artists. You are. And the systems and the structures and everything that has been in place has not necessarily afforded you the time and the privilege and the ability. And so, even in some of my earlier videos, if you go back, like I had a lot of my own healing to do. I've been so angry at celebrity and the way things are done, and just, without even meaning to, kind of making all of you my brothers and sisters my ops was part of the reason I hadn't been creating to a certain extent or creating in the ways that I was, because it was just kind of like, we're not going to get it, so why even bother? And those are my own demons and my own shadows to work on, because yeah, that's just it. Like, I still want to make the world a better place as much as I'm able. I still want to be of service. I want to help people connect and dream, and I want them to help to, or excuse me, I want to help them make those connections with their abilities. So it doesn't do anybody any good if I keep it up my little pissy mistress attitude self. So on that note, I posted a short story previously, but I think I don't know, this might be the start of something. This might be the start of something good. It might be the start of something interesting. Of course, I'm always open to your questions, comments, concerns, feedback. And of course, if you think this is of value, then by all means, you do you. You be it that you want to go ahead and put your own spin, use this as a catalyst and a stepping stone. I'm never going to ask you to like, subscribe, or share because that's still certainly a bit of manipulation. And no judgments to people that do. Everything is manipulation. Ooh, I'm manipulating this bottle right now. I'm such a manipulative cow. It's exactly how we manipulate, how we do what we're doing, and why, etc. So it's our language identifier crayons talks for other days. One of my longer videos that I'll post at some point, funnily enough, is how you can take the girl out of the reservation, apparently, but you can't take the reservation out of the girl, because I've never actually stepped foot on a reservation up until very, very recently. And even then, it was not for the longest amount of time. And so, just funnily enough, as I've been, though, reconnecting with my native ancestry, oh, so many talks for other days. It's neat to get to see, feel, and literally just in the ways that I am without, fate, free will, etc. Just my ancestors walk with me and beside me. And so I can't help but understand how yours do as well. And that being said, this is a work of fiction. It is a short story. And I give you Death Becomes You. If only you knew how much I love you. I'm a bit of a stalker, really, but no need to be alarmed. It's really so my love can remain pure, so that I stay away until the moment is just right. I am making such a mess of this already. It's ghastly. It's easy to see why I'm so misunderstood. Practically screaming serial killer, heavy breathing. Oh my god. I am so unintentionally, hysterically, accurately insane without meaning to be. At least by your human standards. Let me let you in on my joke. You would know me as death. As in, the end of life. But that's just it. You really only know of me from your vantage point. And I get it, I do. But it still really, really hurts. You objectify me, as you folks tend to do. Is that what it means to be human? Follow me here. If you kill to eat or protect, death is good. To infringe, overpower, retaliate, it's bad. But if killing a killer, death is not only justifiable, but almost admirable or praised. It hurts so much, beloveds, to see how lost you've all become. Did you know I have a twin? Did you know we were conjoined? No, because you people never think to ask what someone else is going through. Me. Unironically and honestly quite infuriatingly, life and I are connected and dependent on each other by the Force. No, not like Jedis, droids I am so not looking for. The balance of the universe and all of you and your lives. We are all interconnected. I realize there is pain and grief and so many human experiences imprinting on the soul as we walk this earth. But when you get to where you are going, you will see. Take heart. Have hope. Have faith. You all grasp so much, but sometimes see so little. Stories of past lives recounted by small children who shouldn't know what they do. Natural aptitudes to you in this life that your soul felt much too valuable to let you forget. It's strange to me. You lovelies want and need all of your miracles to be angels in Metatron. Let's talk near-death experiences and the people that die and come back, shall we? I shared that Chaya and I are etherically entwined, and even to you, when we are both so moved at the same time, watching the same person, do you know the odds? Because we are so very different in how we see things. I spoke of magic, or miracles, excuse me, but what of magic? The magic of you, when you folks are able to help to guide us, to actually shape us in your collective energies. The disruptions in our frequencies can neutralize us both as people step into their new timelines. You guys really do get it. That's why you seek to quantify these theories you first theorize. Now, knowing what you know, just take a moment, please. Because I don't think you're grasping what that means about me. For me to make myself more intimately known to anyone, my sister and I must be acting in accordance with the laws of the universe. I get it. I do. When we're alive, we feel. Period. Ups, downs, highs, lows, pleasures, pain. The pain. I wish more people could be sympathetic towards suicides. The overwhelming pain that pushes one to no longer want to entertain my sister because they understand her nature at last and they are tired. Life can be brutal. No. She is here to forge you and change you. But more importantly, she is here to make sure that you learn. I shouldn't speak for her, especially because she is not thrilled with you lot right now, and how you aren't respecting the sanctity of life or death. But that's her story to share and her words to speak. Be at peace, my loves. For what do you know of death, other than from the side of the living? We will meet when your soul's work in this life is done, as bittersweet as that can be to reconcile. And having been with you all of your life, you have my word. It will be in such reverence that we unpack your journey as we walk back to the light and you get to rest. Death becomes you. So, on that note, this is obviously a short story and it is a work of fiction just personifying. What would death say to you if she could speak? I have spent time as a death doula, and I actually have had a streak, decades now. Someone has passed. At least, I lose someone at least once a year, if not multiple people. And it started as a teenager. So just all of the unknowable mysteries that Jesus speaks of, not to make it about faith or science or what have you. If we want to make it about science, allegedly, according to the Bible, if you've noticed the good book or what have you, it's still a recounting of this dude who was kind of a punk and a feminist, if you really look at things. But I don't want to go too sideways, especially because, as I said, while I'm not able to do what I was going to do to be off and not posting, I have plenty of things to do. And so do you. As you continue this journey to just come home to yourself, understand yourself, that way you can better possibly understand your brothers and sisters. And just know, when you sit with these things and you reconsider everything, we know quite a bit, but that's really just a stepping stone to what we can know and what more there is to know. And I get it. I walk this earth with you. There's so much going on. And one of the bitter pills to swallow sometimes, or one of the trickiest bits of business, is to remember that our mind identifies it and makes it what it is, like quite literally, as in anything that we see as we see it, unfortunately, maybe, yay. quite demonstrative in real time, right? We're making it what it is, and we can make it so many things, and we can tweak, and it's all sorts of experiments. It can be in trial and error, and as long as we draw breath, we are so powerful. Please, please don't forget that. I know in these times, especially, it's really hard. It's easy to want to like distract to a million and one things. And maybe I'm projecting, maybe I'm just speaking to myself. But again, relating to relate, and we are different in the way we do the things, but like we're human. It's human nature. We all don't necessarily want to hurt. Think about it. Even if like your kink is that you like a little pain, you don't necessarily like you don't want like a lot of pain. That's why safe words, hard limits, just all of it. So many talks for so many other days. And gosh, I love you. I love you so much. You are so important and you matter. It's okay to mess up. It's only in kind of sitting with that and, wanting to not shy away from that you can actually make the choices and do the things to really be your best self, live your best life, whatever you think that is. Free, empowered, just comfortable in your own skin. So just keep on keeping on. You're gonna get to where you're going. The path, it's not always a straight line, it's a spiral, and we get there. I'm loving you this day and always, and keep changing the world, you beautiful, glorious composition of stardust and the elements and the soul having a human experience. Here to learn and grow and change. Because even if not so directly interconnected and love it or hate it, we're technically speaking all in this together.